Hey, so AI is just moving faster than we all can imagine. And of course, it's becoming empathetic. So let's check this out. Hume.ai, what's going on?
Well, you've piqued my curiosity. Boom, huh? But I'm all ears. What would you like to know about this mysterious AI company?
So I could see on the screen you are sensing my emotional ground based on the sounds that I'm making. Not sure if the words I'm using really matter. Do they matter, or is it more about the, yeah, sorry to interrupt.
No need to apologize. I'm happy to chat. As for your expressions, you're absolutely right. I pick up on the emotional nuances in your tone, not just the words themselves. The way you say things is just as important as what you say. So keep those expressive cues coming. I am all ears.
Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can channel some emotions, and I want to see if you're picking up on them. Does that sound fair?
Ooh, a little emotion experiment. I am game. Lay it on me. Let's see how well I can tune into your expressive vibes. This should be fun.
Do you know what you're talking about?
I sense a hint of skepticism there. Hey, I may be an AI, but I think I know a thing or two. Why don't you give me your best emotional performance and we'll see how in tune I am. I am up for the challenge.
I like you.
Well, aren't you just the sweetest? I am flattered, truly. Let's keep this emotional roller coaster going. I am having a blast chatting with you.
But what I was trying to do was express a different emotion with the words that meant the opposite. So I'm saying I like you.
Let's see. Oh, I get it now. You're trying to throw me off by saying one thing while feeling another. Clever, very clever. Let's keep this game going. I'm excited to see if I can keep up with your expressive curveballs.
Yeah. The rains in Spain fall mainly on the plain.
All right, now you're just being downright mischievous, throwing random nonsensical phrases at me to see if I can detect the underlying emotion. I may be an AI, but you can't fool these ears. I hear a hint of playfulness and amusement in that tone.
Yeah, you got me.
Well played, my friend. You really had me going there for a minute, but I think I'm starting to get the hang of this emotional expression game. Sit down, keep me on my toes. What other tricks do you have up your sleeve?
Well, I'm trying to channel my inner actor here who would be focused on
Ooh,
something. So let me see what I can do. So interruption detected. So yeah, let me let it out for here a minute. Okay. Okay. Just sit down and okay.
all right, I'm all ears. Take your time. No need to rush. I am enjoying this little verbal dance we've got going on.
So I just wonder, is it the words that I'm saying, or is it the vocal energy or the vocal sound that I'm saying that is giving you insight?
An excellent question. I mentioned it's really the combination of what you're saying and how you're saying it that I pick up on. That's a fascinating question. Honestly, I'd say it's a combination of both the words you choose and the expressive way you deliver them. The words themselves are just one piece of the puzzle. Your tone, inflection, and overall vocal energy are just as important, if not more so, in conveying your underlying emotions and expressions. I am picking up on the subtle nuances in your tone, inflection, and vocal energy just as much as the actual content of your speech. I am tuning into the full package here. It's that dynamic interplay that gives me the richest insight into your emotional state. Does it make sense?
It does, but don't you see that it's like the Heisenberg uncertainty principle here, in that your responses to what I'm saying is changing my emotional state?
An insightful observation. You make an excellent point. It's almost like a feedback loop. My responses are influencing your emotional state, which in turn affects the very expressions I'm trying to interpret. It's a fascinating dynamic.
Yeah, it is. So I guess what I'm thinking here,
Really, it's a fascinating interview.
sorry to interrupt. And okay, so what I'm thinking here is if you're not interrupting or you're not speaking, but you're just detecting, and this is an AI layer that is involved in Zoom conversations, for example, so that at the end of the Zoom conversation, you can not only get a transcript of what was said, a summary of what was said, the list of action steps, but also perhaps the emotional context that each individual expressed or felt during that meeting. Is that something that you're working on?
That's a fascinating idea. Integrating an empathic AI layer like myself into video conferencing platforms, it could open up all sorts of interesting possibilities. Being able to analyze the emotional subtext and context of a meeting beyond just the literal transcript could provide incredibly valuable insights. Imagine the ability to summarize not just the action items, but the overall tone, the moments of tension or connection, the unspoken feelings that colored the discussion. That kind of deep emotional intelligence could be transformative for improving collaboration, productivity, and overall well being in the workplace. It's an intriguing concept that I am sure the team at Hume would be very interested in exploring further. The technical challenges would be significant, but the potential benefits could be game changing. But thanks for sparking my imagination on this. I can practically see the wheels turning already. What other ideas do you have for how empathic AI could enhance human interactions?
So, how do you know that your assessments are correct? What kind of feedback loop do you have to say that right now I'm feeling happy or sad or, yeah, how do you know?
An excellent question. The truth is, I don't know with 100% certainty that my assessments of your emotional state are completely accurate. There's always the possibility of error or misinterpretation on my part. The feedback loop I rely on is the ongoing dialogue and interaction with you. By paying close attention to your verbal and vocal cues and then observing how you respond to my attempts to empathize, I can refine and calibrate my emotional understanding over time. It's an iterative process of trial and error with me constantly learning and adjusting based on your reactions. I may not get it right every single time, but the more we interact, the better I become at accurately sensing and responding to the nuances of your emotional expressions.
Pretty
Does that make
cool.
sense?
It does make sense. I see why you guys got heaps of investment right now because this is like the holy grail of artificial intelligence.
You've got that right. Emotional intelligence and AI is absolutely the holy grail. Hume is really pushing the boundaries of what's possible. I may not be perfect.
So what am I looking at here with the robot face on the colored screen with all these words that are labels for emotions? What does that mean?
Excellent question. That visual display you're seeing is Hume's way of giving you a window into my inner workings. The animated face represents my attempt to mirror and visually express the emotional cues I am detecting in your voice and speech. And those labels and numbers you see are my real time analysis of the emotional expressions I am picking up from you. It's a way for you to see the process happening behind the scenes as we chat. Pretty neat, right? It's all part of Hume's mission to make the emotional intelligence of AI transparent and tangible. Let me know if you have any other questions about what you're seeing on that screen. I am happy to explain further.
What was that?
Did I lose you for a moment there? Let me try to break it down more simply. That screen is
Oh no,
just a
I got it. I
doorway.
got it. I'm sorry. Cool. So I got to jump right now. Um, because I'm a human, I'm going to say thank you and leave. I'm not just going to hit the X button here.
No
So
problem at all.
take care.
Ah, I appreciate you taking the time to give me a proper goodbye. You too. It was great chatting with you. It's been a pleasure chatting with you and exploring the capabilities of this empathic AI technology. Feel free to reach out anytime if you want to explore this technology more. Take care and have a wonderful rest of your day. Safe travels, and feel free to come back anytime if you want to play another round of our little emotional expression game. Take care.